From Fortnite adding time limits to Fortnite China for people who try playing too long in a single sitting, to jiggly fish physics on a pickaxe similar to Calamity back in Chapter 1, this update has all the content you need to know about. How's it going, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. This video is going to be an update and just really a general view of all the content, at least I have posted about, for Chapter 2 Season 2 Update 1, aka v12.10. We're going to start off with Battle Royale, move to save the world, and then we're going to save creative for the end. This will include stuff such as pickaxes, emotes, LTMs, new events coming up soon, and more, so stick around. So let's start off by not talking about the cosmetics, let's talk about LTMs. The Getaway LTM has had strings updated for v12.10. Not only this, but it was already highly likely for this LTM to return soon, as not only were the strings updated, but with the new map, this LTM was already supported in the previous update, with supply drops purposely avoiding streams of water and instead going to like the edges of them or just anywhere else on the map. However, from what I heard from sources who apparently have played the LTM, currently in the previous update, you only got small shields and big shields from supply drops. So hopefully, if they do plan to bring back the Getaway, that has been fixed. Now for the next thing. This goes into the computer in the Battle Pass room. We have the Infiltration LTM, also known as the Spy LTM. Basically what this is you gather intel from enemies to unlock new levels of spy tech to use during operation matches. What spy tech is this new fancy little contraption. We don't really know much about it, and from what I could tell at the time of recording this video, there isn't really any new information talking about, oh hey, here's the different spy tech you can use. But I assume it'll be things such as a portable disguiser, which I had leaked in the previous update, and stuff simple as that. You can choose between Ghost or Shadow to secretly support while playing Operation matches, and you can play Operation matches to earn intel for your current allegiance. So what I'm assuming is that there's either will be like a Battle Pass thing where it's an individual progress bar for intel and new spy perks, or maybe it's a team effort, whichever team the community as a whole decides, hey, I'm going to join this team, we're going to bring it up to this level, level 27 or something, in order to unlock this really cool spy tech before Ghost does, for example. It also states that spy tech can be used in operation matches and can spawn in spy modes only. This means that you won't be able to unlock a spy tech during this LTM and go into something like solos in a normal match and just use something like a portable disguiser if that is the case. Also states play operation matches and earn intel to unlock new spy tech, which we already kind of talked about that. But there isn't really that much regarding it, except for two more achievements you can unlock, which these are on your page in the careers tab. They don't really grant you XP or anything, they're more for bragging rights. We have Double Agent, use a disguise to switch sides during an Infiltration LTM, and Mastermind, won the Infiltration LTM 10 times during Season 2. So, you know, just some simple challenges for you to enjoy and get while you're just playing this new LTM, appreciating whatever faction you chose, whether it be Ghost or Shadow. And this, from what I can tell, will be all access through the computer in the Battle Pass room, as they already have a Factions War menu being worked on and getting a little bit of updates each time we go on. Now for China. Fortnite China is being restricted. New Fortnite addiction strings were added to the files for those who may be playing a little bit too often. Now, I gotta say this right off the bat, I kind of feel sorry for Fortnite Chinese players, because if they're under 18, they already get restricted, and they're only allowed to play around 2 hours, I believe, on the weekends, and I don't even think they can play on the on the weekdays. I don't think they can play on the weekends, however. And it seems that they just keep getting stricter due to Fortnite, well, not Fortnite, but due to Chinese law. The warning strings goes the following. It starts off with playing for 3 hours. You have been online for 3 hours accumulatively. The in-game earnings will be lowered by 50% from now on, and challenge progress has been disabled. For your own health, please log off and get some rest. Appropriate physical exercise is good for your body. Once you've entered a gaming fatigue period, it will tell you that in-game earnings have been lowered by 50%, and it's basically just another way for them to say, hey, you've been on for 3 hours, you've been on for too long. While also saying appropriate physical exercise is good for your body, and please rearrange your time wisely. Now, if you play for 5 hours, it will say you have entered unhealthy gaming period. For your own health, please log off and get some rest immediately. If you do not log off, your health will be harmed. Your in-game earnings is already lowered to 0 and challenge progress has been disabled. Now, first things first, if your health will be harmed for playing over 5 hours in a single setting, then I am surprised I'm still alive. You know, sometimes Fortnite China law kind of bothers me a little bit because, well, not just Fortnite China, but China law in general. How they don't accept things such as skeletons, which is actually not a ban in China, but just more of a superstition ban, meaning tons of developers try not to put skeletons in the game just to not have this game banned or an update delayed. Now, at first, I didn't realize then that this was just for China, and then I made a quick update later saying these strings are actually only for players in China by the following string, which says 10-cent playtime limit. Now, for those who don't know, 10-cent is the people who heavily operate Fortnite China, which is why Fortnite China gets free V-Bucks, free skins, and all this stuff. But the string says, oops, you are currently beyond your playtime limit to play due to the anti-addiction requirements for minor accounts. This means if you're under 18 and in China, there's going to be anti-addiction laws put in place where not only will you be restricted on how long you can play Fortnite, but they will also cut your XP and your challenge progress down in like half to 0 pretty much. And that really sucks because someone who lives in China, it sucks how like restricted they are when it comes to stuff such as playing Fortnite, which is just something I never thought I would say. And there is a new forged item coming to Fortnite, which is the honeycomb. It works similarly to coconuts, and for those who don't know what a forged item is, it's similar to bananas, mushrooms, slurp shrooms, how you can find them on the ground, you can go eat it up, which I just hope that bees come after you if you try eating it, because that would be an interesting thing. Take a little bit of damage. Who knows what it would do, though. Now, for creative mode... Oh, wait, I'm not talking about creative mode yet. My bad. Alrighty, let's talk about cosmetics. I feel like we've got, actually, one more thing. The LTM used for events such as the Star Wars event, which was codenamed Music, was re-added to the finals of this newest update. This does not mean that we will be getting a Star Wars event coming back. However, it could mean that we're getting a new event soon. Similarly to how I believe it would be is the Marshmallow event, because recently added to the files has been a set for Travis Scott. So what if we had another music concert in Chapter 2 Season 2? But this time, instead of for Marshmallow, it's for Travis Scott in order to announce his new cosmetics, per se, that are coming to the game. Now, that would be an interesting thing to see happen. I don't really know if it will happen, but we will have to wait and find out. Now, for Fortnite challenges, we have Deadpool Week 3, which you can see on screen now. You just have to find Deadpool's toilet plunger and destroy 3 toilets in order to get the Wade grenade spray. Now for week 4, which we'll get next week, you have to find Deadpool's katanas, both of them, and deal 10,000 damage to opponent structures. By completing these challenges, you'll unlock the Deadpool back bling, which, you know, it's a pretty nice back bling. It works on some skins, and maybe we'll see it on soccer skins, because it's similarly to the katana from Dyer, except there's 2 of them, so yeah. For week 3 challenges, we have TNT's Trial. We have the following challenges: eliminate players using explosives, 0 out of 5. Search chests at Holly Hedges or Retail Row. You have to search 10 chests, which normally it's 7. Destroy structures with propane tanks. That might be a little bit difficult. It's kind of hard to find propane tanks unless you're at like an agent base like the yacht. Catch air with a motorboat. What this means is basically 5 times be in the air, probably going off of like a cliff or something in a boat. Visit 15 different landmarks, use an upgrade bench to side grade a weapon 3 times, and by the way, you can keep side grading a weapon once you side graded it once. Deal 500 damage to bosses, land at the Rig, Hydro 16, and Long Jam Woodworks. destroy sentry cameras or sentry turrets, and eliminate players without using shield or healing items in between eliminations. Meaning you kill someone, you have to kill another person without even healing yourself, which could be a challenge unless you're playing something such as Team Rumble, where it's quite easy to do these challenges. Next up, we have Week 4, another set for TNTina's Trials. Search chests at Pleasant Park or Slurpy Swamps. Destroy opponent structures with proximity mines or remote explosives. Fish with explosives. This can be done with a rocket launcher, remote explosives, or even a boat. Eliminate players at the agency or sweaty sands. Search ammo boxes in different locations. Use decoy grenades. Deal damage to players while riding in a motorboat. Scan a henchman in different matches. Visit Grumpy Greens, Mow Down, and Risky Rails. For those wondering, these 3 are not point of interest, but they're landmarks. The ones that are a little bit smaller, but are still significant enough for the game to have its own name for it. And collect 3 different boss weapons. Now those have been all the challenges except for one that relates to cosmetics, so let's go ahead and talk about cosmetics, shall we? Something that some of you may have just came here to see. So let's start with a variant for Zorgotron, the Area 51 raid skin. They added a dark theme for it, or a dark variant, for both the skin and its pickaxe, and I gotta admit, the pickaxe with the dark version looks really nice, and I wish that was the original version, because I would have bought it back then if that was the case. Wave, the emote from Season 2, is now traversal, meaning as you wave, you can just kind of slide on by. Or maybe you'll walk on by, who knows, you'll figure it out later if you haven't. Now for the cosmetics added in v12.10, we have the Wade Grenade, which I mentioned earlier, Inversion Blades, which the thing is, a little thing about a cosmetic set, which is the Echo set, is that it tends to have this emphasis on inversion, meaning that there's the white version and then the inverted version, which is the black version of it. We have Fresh Fish, which has jingle physics. As you can probably see by the gameplay in the background, or whatever I put back there, it won't really match up with me talking, but I know there will be something to show it off. The Peanut Cobbler, the Drip Axe, which if you can tell has a brand new rarity, and that is because there is a new rarity in the game regarding the Slurp series. This most likely relates to the surge of Slurp related skins, and the fact that they're working on a Slurp Legends set. We also have the Power Pickaxe, my bad. So as you can see, these are all the new pickaxes added in the newest update. Also we have, for wraps, Echoes, which follows this whole inversion theme again. Dynamic Fire, which as I can tell, whenever you shoot, the wrap will like animate. Stargazer, which reminds me of the Dreams skin, or I don't know if it was called Dreams, but the floaty guy with the pillows, if that helps. Battle Barn, which relates to Farmer Still, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Same with Power Pitch. For emotes, we have Steamed, Primo Moves, which reminds me of Dr. Eggman's dance in the Sonic movie, and Sasquatchin. Sasquatchin is a traversal emote. For gliders, we have Echo Jet, which follows this whole inversion theme again with 2 versions, the white version and the inverted version. And for back blings, we have Heavy Harvester, Deadpool's Katanas, True Reflection, Slurp Jet, Blue Heart, Tropical Stash, Dorsal Destroyer, and To Be Decided. Now for To Be Decided, this is pretty interesting because the name of the backpack is Backpack Pickaxe, making me believe that if they do plan to implement this later on, it'll be a back bling where you can have your pickaxes on your back, pull it out whenever you want. And they've already tested this with the Chapter 2 Season 2, the first skin you've been able to unlock with the Ghost or Shadow variants. As if you have his pickaxe, you can pull his pickaxes out from his back bling if you have them equipped. So that's pretty interesting. Now for skins, we have Farmer Steel, Professor Slurpo, Echo following the inverted theme again, Slurpentine, Xena, and Contract Giller. Now Contract Giller is not a variant for Fish Stick and is in fact its own skin. However, you will be able to buy this similarly to Fall in Love Ranger, and you will get V-Bucks for doing challenges. So you do 1 challenge, you get 100 V-Bucks, you do 3 daily challenges, you get 200, 5 daily challenges, you get 300, and 7 daily challenges, you get 400 V-Bucks. Which is pretty good, especially for a skin that looks really nice. It also has a variant where it's not wearing glasses, which is pretty fun. Now that's pretty much it for everything new regarding the Fortnite cosmetics and Battle Royale, like cosmetics and such. There are 4 encrypted pack files, so let's go ahead and move on to save the world. For Save the World, we have the Spy Llama, which guarantees at least one epic or better spy-themed weapon or hero. Who knows what you will obtain? Find out today. That sounds like some little clickbait or something, who knows. But that's because this season has a lot of new items relating to spies, at least for Save the World. So we have 2 new Save the World heroes. We have Undercover Buzz, which has a description, the secret is to not get caught, with Phase Shift, Seismic Smash, Shock Tower, and Gadgeteer. Now, this is a pretty interesting skin. It reminds me of Flo from Progressive, believe it or not. I think it's Progressive. But we also have a placeholder skin, which they're definitely working on and plan to bring out in the future, called Director Riggs. Go Riggs or go home. It's a constructor skin with Going Constructor, Bull Rush, and Rosie. And it'll be pretty interesting seeing that become an actual, like, Save the World hero. Oh yeah, also the Save the World locker has fully introduced skins and back blings, and whenever you swap something in Save the World, it'll be completely separate from your skins and back bling selections in Battle Royale, meaning that you can choose Batman for Save the World, but have a Star Wars skin equipped in Battle Royale without it conflicting with one another. For new Save the World weapons, we have the Cloudburst Bow, the Instigator Bow, the Pepper Sprayer, the Trinity, the Browbeater, the Cyclops, the Turncoat, and the Grunt. As you can see, these are all pretty much spy themed except the top left bow, Cloudburst, because that is more of a steampunk theme, which they're going to release that in the event store in a few days, I believe. But you can see all the ammo counts, reload time, magazine signs, and the damage it does to players/enemies, which I wouldn't count that as really accurate because obviously it all depends on how your heroes are set up, how your loadouts are, and everything like that. Now, for really Save the World stuff, yeah, there's new cosmetics. The Cloudburst Bow I mentioned earlier, it eliminates husk and drops a devastating cloud of steam. It'll be available from the weekly event store, or weekly store as the game files said, starting March 7th at 7 p.m. until March 11th at 7 p.m. So tomorrow, after this video came out at 7 p.m. when the item shop refreshes all the way to March 11th, you'll be able to pick up the Cloudburst Bow. Also, Battlehound Jonesy is releasing to the event store from March 6th at 7 p.m. till April 3rd at 7 p.m. So if you wanted that for Save the World, you can pick him up. His perks are Rucksack, and his commander perk is Rucksack Plus. Pretty simple, you know. For creative mode, since that's our final one we really have to talk about, we have Excellent Eggs. Colorful and quirky, these new eggs can be used as props or collectibles. And thousands of props. Prefabs and the individual props they are made out of are now much easier to access. Double-click a prefab or gallery to explore thousands of props. These props can be individually selected, spawned into the world, or even bound to your quickbar. Meaning, let's say you wanted a certain prop or vehicle from a certain gallery set, but you didn't want to spawn the whole entire thing in because you're just going to grab the one thing and spend like an hour deleting the rest of it anyways, and then something you forget to delete just sits there for ages. Well, now if you double-click on a prefab or gallery, you'll be able to see all the individual props inside of it and simply just click the one you want instead of having to scroll through and spend hours deleting all the extra props you didn't want. Now, that's pretty much it. The last thing I really want to say is going back to the Battle Royale news. Farmer still has the codename Anarchy Acres Farmer. This means that it's interesting how a farmer from Anarchy Acres, from the Chapter 1 map, somehow managed to survive the 0 point and is here for revenge. Now, as Farmer still says in his description, they trampled his corn. Now they're gonna pay. It's a pretty interesting idea, especially with the fact that since Anarchy Acres is gone and this dude's like half mech with his bottom half being robotic legs, I'm wondering what did the other farm do to the Anarchy Acres farmer? I'm scared. Is there a war that's about to break out? Someone please hold me. Anyways, that has pretty much been all the news for Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2 Update 1, aka v12.10. If there's any more, I'll post a video later on about all the new stuff. If you would like to stay updated, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned as I have more planned in the pipelines for me to talk about, show off, and that such. Anyways, my name is FireMonkey. If you like what I do, consider using code FireMonkey in the Fortnite item shop, or if you're out there trying to buy some G Fuel, use code FIRE. Currently, as I'm recording this, you get 30% off at their store, and that's a great price off. Well, that's really all I have to say. Peace out.